Welcome to the second Sunday of Silly Side Challenge stream. I am working on a project that we have decided to call Bottled Happiness. And who are we? We are me, I'm the senior developer and mom. And then there's Ula, who is the junior developer and dad. And then it's our little intern who's 5.5. Together, we are Lilly Labs, and our project, Bottled Happiness, is about bottling up children's laughter so that you and I, when she's old and don't want to talk to me anymore, can head on over to Bottled Happiness and listen to her laughs. So just a tiny note, I had been streaming for about 30 minutes, but the quality was all bad. So I decided to just start on over, and I don't think that stream will be available, but it might for a couple of hours. So if you want to see Lillian playing hostess and me lighting the advent calendar, you can check out the latest video. But we'll jump straight back in. And Fabio is here. Hello! So you caught the good quality stream. Good. And I'll just hide this little note, and we'll head on back to the repo so we can all get on the same page. So last Sunday, I set up the project, and then I started working on an add and about page. That's the one I'm going to complete today. And if you were here last time, you remember me having some problems with the new Gatsby file route API. And Lori, after the stream, Lori on tech, who works at Gatsby, was so gracious that she actually created a pull request for us so that we can understand how to do what I wanted to do correctly. So what I wanted to do, let's jump straight into the code. I wanted to do Gatsby. So with the new Gatsby file API, instead of creating the pages programmatically, you can create them by adding templates inside of your pages folder. And then whatever is in these curly brackets will be replaced with the value that you're getting from the GraphQL data. It's quite powerful, but it might be a little hard to wrap our heads around. So this is working with a slug. And as you can see, it's marked on remark, which corresponds to this marked on remark. Then there is the fields, which is the fields. And then there is the slug. So it gets replaced with this about, which makes the page appear here on about, because I called the content file about. So lots of pieces that are trying to fit together. But what I initially wanted to do is I initially didn't want to use the slug because I am creating the slug programmatically from the file name inside of the Gatsby node file. So what I initially tried to do is try to grab this name from the parent element. So the parent of a marked on remark, it's the file node. So I tried to go marked on remark and then parent, and then underscore name, because that felt to me as the same as markdown field slug. But since we're talking here to a parent node, which is parent on file, there's something here where you have to write whatever's in the curly brackets different. And I think that is what Lori on Tech has done for us in her pull request. So let's have a look at her pull request to see how to do this. So fields slug, it works, but we have to make the slug, which is stupid since the slug is already on the file name. This did not work, but something like it should work. So Fabio is saying that Scott told me that using markdown remark things don't work as expected with the route. No. So it didn't work as expected, but I don't know what he expected. But we're going to check out the pull request from Lori and see how it should be done. So I am the kind of developer who don't remember all of the fancy stuff. So I usually go to the pull request. I mean, fancy stuff, I mean, git commands and all these kinds of different commands. I usually just copy paste a lot of those. So let's check out her pull request and I'll figure out how to, because if you go, this is a good tip though, if you feel confused about these things as well, if you go to the command line instruction, it tells you how you can actually check these things out. So I want to have a little look at it before merging it. But then again, I always forget because GitHub has gotten so much better over the last year. So let's just look at files changed. So this is how it should be done. And then we can just merge it if we like it. I'm going to copy that out. Then we'll have a look at the GraphQL to see if it makes any sense. So this is what Lori on tech suggested. So there's something here. So I thought I could just use parent because that is what it's coming up as the results in GraphQL, you know, markdown parent name. But it seems like when we're jumping up to the parent node, we have to put she has parent. Okay, so she has parents. That's the same, sorry. Underscore. Then we need to kind of let it know what type of a node that is. So that would be node file. The content node is file, and then underscore name. So we were almost there at the last stream. So my concept was working. I should be able to grab that file name directly without making the slug, but I didn't understand what we had to add this. So interesting. I'm going to put all these notes inside of my blog IDs issue. Good morning! If you want some Advent coziness, you can head on over to part 1, which was a bad quality stream where I lighted the candles and did a little Norwegian poem. Or you could just stick with us here on the regular stream. So Fabio's saying, yeah, that's odd. With MDX, you can just pass the MDX thing for what Scott showed me. So I think it has something to do with what does markdown remark actually set on its own content node. And it's not setting this parent name. It's actually coming from the parent. But I'm guessing with MDX, somehow they grab some data from the file parent and then sets it on the MDX node. There has to be something around that is why it's working. So I'm going to add my notes to little blog post issue I have here so that we can write a blog post on it later. Blog ideas. Put it like this. So this is all part of me trying to become better at documenting and actually creating blog posts that could be interesting for other people to see how I've solved things. Okay. Whew. Need to calm down, just relax, enjoy the stream. Okay. So I think, Lori works at Gatsby, so let's just merge her pull request. And then we need to do a little git pull over here to get the changes. I don't know why that is taking so long. So a lot of people, when I mention Gatsby, they're like, oh, but I don't want to learn GraphQL. It's so hard. And I will just tell you, I haven't learned it. I just go inside of this and I just click things and I get the query. I could never in a million years write a query by hand. This tool is amazing. So you click here the things you want. So if I want word count, paragraphs, word. Oh, these are filters, so let's not do those. But if I would like to have the modified time from now, I guess. It's added here, and I have the modified time. I mean, why learn this when you have a tool that can make it for you? Oh, so Joy is making a horror game for a game jam. A horror game. So what is a horror game? It's like a horror movie, but a game? That sounds scary. And Fabio, yes, that's what we all do. We copy paste. But the thing is, I feel like on Twitter, at least, a lot of the newer people or career like yourself who's transitioned into tech think that the people who've been doing this for 10 years, like me, know these things by heart. I mean, tech changes so fast that I guess what I've learned is like you have to be good to figure stuff out, but learning and memorizing everything by heart is just a waste of time. Except though, if you become like a specialized, like if you are to become like a specialized Gatsby person, I'm thinking some of the people at Gatsby can write GraphQL queries by themselves, or the people actually making it. But for the rest of us who are more piecing together technology, no need to spend time to memorize all of this. I feel, at least. That's not how did. But that's a little side note. I don't know what's up with my internet. So I'm just going to Control-C to get out of that. And Control-C this. And then do another git pull. And hopefully that will work. So Ola is sitting actually right above me here. He's made a little room for himself in the attic. Says that he has added the audio to his pull request and it seems to be working. So we're going to look at that. If I can just pull down this pull request from GitHub. And I now see that you've seen all my code small again. Let's do me small and the code big. I don't understand because her change was tiny. It shouldn't take this. Oh, maybe we're getting Ula's audio as well. Should we just wait it out? I'm waiting it out, being all quiet. No. Please ask a question about anything while we're waiting for this to download. I'm going to give it some more time just in case. And if it doesn't work, we'll just copy paste Laurie's changes so we can get on with our lives. So the funny thing here is that I'm streaming from Oslo, Norway, which, you know, is a high-tech kind of country. We had internet banking way before anyone else and all that sort of things. But we live in a wooden house from 1886-ish, they think. And it's in a part of town where all the houses around us are super old and our streets are super old. So somehow we are not getting fiber. We are still getting internet on copper cables. And the copper cables is actually, I think, wrapped around the neighbor's house twice. The install guy, when we're changing something, came to me and he was like, why is it wrapped around the neighbor's house twice? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't put it there. But we are on copper cables and they act up sometimes, especially when a lot of people are coming online or, you know, weather changes. If somebody out there knows about these things, I think maybe the weather has something to do with it. So that is why, you know, we are working as our little internet company in the I mean, we're central Oslo. The central station is literally 10 minutes that way, but this little area, we are not getting proper internet. So if everybody can just like cross their fingers for 5G becoming the thing, we could get maybe some good internet. So for people who are just joining, we are waiting for some Git changes to download, but it's not happening. And I'm soon giving up and I'm just chit-chatting while we wait. Oh my God, it happened. Yes. Patience is a virtue and all that, right?
Mama.
So now Lillian has a question. Ja?
På alle superflyene.
Har du hørt på alle superflygjengen?
Dette er den siste.
Dette er den siste. Dette var den siste. Okay, so let's see yarn develop again and see if did she change? Yes, so she did delete Gatsby node because we didn't need to make the slug anymore. We now have file there. It all looks perfect. And we are not writing inside of there. Excuse me. Absolutely. Patience. That's good to know that the uploading is actually working. And now that I got 10p added to my settings and not broadcasting in 720 that I was doing earlier, I'm glad to hear that it's looking good from your side. Yay! So nothing has changed, which we didn't want. We have just removed code and we are still getting the same results, which is a win in my book. And head on over to the repo and look at her pull request if you want to see what was happening. So now we're on to making this look better. And so we've done this one, pull request merged, nice. Issue. So we're at the about page and I want it to look better. And we are using ThemeUI as a recommendation from Paul last week, but he kind of uses it with MDX. And then you get the component styling for free, but it feels like we should be able to like style all the children of a component with ThemeUI, not just the components themselves. So I'm going to go over to the ThemeUI docs to see if there are some possibilities of styling this. I don't need much styles. I just need a little bit of styles. I need to learn how to open files with the search so you don't have to see this little sidebar all the time. So here we have a box with the link to Bottle of Happiness. And I think we need to add a box around it so that we can, or let's leave that all the way up there, but we'll add a box. With ThemeUI, it seems everything is a box. So I'm going to add the box there. And the first thing I want to do is center this content and maybe give it kind of a max width. And to get these lovely embedded things here, we are using my own plugin, the Gatsby Remark OEmbed plugin. So let's head on over to the ThemeUI components. Oh, so we're maybe using Flex then today. Flex. So we want to use the Flex. I've never worked with ThemeUI before. I worked with Material UI, which is another framework. And I do never recommend you using something you don't know when you're starting a new project, if it's a proper project. This is a fun project for learning and enjoyment, then it's time to learn new things. But if you are thinking about starting something proper, like I have with POW, the menstrual cycle, the Privacy First Menstrual Cycle Journal, which is my kind of main side project, I always have to remind myself this, like, don't learn something new don't choose something new just for the sake of it. Use something you know. So yeah, little tip there from Benedicta. Then again, I'm wondering if I could. So actually, I am pretty good at CSS. So I could probably use it all, write it all by hand. But I like to use these systems to make it a little bit easier on myself. And also, in this case, we are joined by Ula, who is a junior developer, and often find that for him, it's easier if there are some like predefined components that he can use instead of having to learn CSS as well. So he's focusing on learning JS. But you know, I grew up in the olden days of the internet, and we had to code CSS by hand. And I know it, and I really enjoy CSS. So Flex. Because it seems here with ThemeUI that we actually do need to use some of our CSS skills, because if I want this to center, and I want the box to be a certain width, I don't know how to do that. No, color mode, styled, API, components. How can I get an overview of all of these things that is available to me? So at this point, it probably would be faster for me to just code it by hand, but. So they don't have like, there, demo. No. Recipes. Flexbox layout. They're not even using their components themselves in their examples. They're just using this like SX prop that lets you write CSS. I am confused. What did I say? Don't use new stuff. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna YOLO this and just style it by hand. Did I just say we're not styling it by hand? No, I'm gonna try to learn this. Okay. So the SX prop lets you style elements inline. So yes, that's just regular CSS, but it's added to the SX prop instead of the style prop. But it's not just regular CSS because you can use the values from the theme, I guess, which is nice. And then we have styling MDX. This allows you to add typographic styles to Markdown without the need to pollute the global scope. This sounds nice. So styles within this object have access to other values. So are there any examples? So what I'm not liking with this theme UI is that there aren't much examples, really, proper examples. Yeah, so the thing is, I try not to do that all the time, though, because I like to use frameworks the way frameworks are intended to be used so that it's easier for other people to kind of get into the project. But I'm going to give it another 5 minutes and then we'll see. So our components, built-in UI components available for layout, grid, buttons, forms, elements, and more. We have background, P, background. That's P is for padding. Background is for background, of course. But I don't see, where's the list of all of these that I can use? Oh, but here we have something. I think I can use this to get things styled in. No, I can't. I want something that styles all children. So let's do object style variants. No. Nested theme provider, custom cache, color mode, global style, linked headings. Centered container. I guess I can probably, oh, so this is, so the SX isn't just simply regular CSS. It's all of these things that you can use on, I guess, anything. So if you put this on our flex, but then again, I don't need to use flex if I'm just centering it, as I should have known. So let's just put this on our article, I guess. Oh, so I thought the SX was kind of like almost just like style. But you can actually use all of these, and I guess we can use all of these on our boxes and stuff. So let's see if this is working. This is not working, though. So I have an article. I'm trying to set some styles on it. Flex is defined but never used, so let's remove that. I don't really need this box either. So this I like, that I can just use my regular HTML tags. And then I guess we can add some padding to this one. But it's not working, is it? It was working on our index page. Let's see what. Did I do anything? I imported it. So let's try that again. Let's do a box. With a padding of 2. Remove that. Does that work? Four. Yes, so that works. But I'm not getting this SX to work. I have done stuff with MDX as well, and I could just make my Markdown files MDX, or I could just keep on using my Markdown files, but use the MDX source plugin instead. But I just really like pure Markdown and not, especially for content. But I think if I'm going to use ThemeUI, I will probably have to convert it to Markdown. But regardless of that, this, like, the article should work without it. I mean, these things should work. This SX things should work in some way. But let's put a box around there. And then I can use the box. So with Markdown, no, with Material UI, I can usually say that, okay, I'm using the box component, but I want the actual DOM element to be something different. So I'm wondering if I could do that here. So this SX is not working for me. So we'll do this. And then I'm going to be like, I'll do this off stream, but I'm not allowed to do this off stream, am I? So I just have to sit here and mess around it together with all of you. And we are at that stage where I'm trying to figure out how I get my curly brackets again, because at the client job, as I say every time, I got them there. I'm jumping between keyboards, as the people who've been me a couple of times know. So sometimes I just forget what keyboard I am on. Or computer, I guess, if it's a Mac or a PC. And then we need, so this is the boring part when you have to like convert all of these. Okay. So that works. Let's skip this. But why is it not centered? I regret learning something new. Why is the width not happening? Have I written width wrong? I do that sometimes. Jesus Christ. I regret learning something new. I will be giving up soon and have a look at Ula's pull request. So, if I remember my CSS correctly, when you set the margin left and margin right to auto, and you set a width, then it should seriously, was that max width equals, if I do like this, 300. Is it not coming through? No, so the max width is not coming through, so I cannot set that on the box like that. Maybe I need to use, but that didn't work the other way. Look at me just YOLOing soon. Yes, I tried to do that. So yeah, Fabio said if I need to set the pixels, it doesn't look like it, but it looks like my max width isn't going through, like I can't set max width on the box. Because I'm supposed to do it here. I guess something like this. So now it's picking up on these SX. I am not understanding when it's picking up on which of these. Maybe something was just wrong earlier. But if we do this now, MX auto, and we remove this. Okay, so now it's coming through. So, oh Lord. So let's do this again. I don't know why I have a pad. Well, I want the padding in case it gets too small. Okay. And this is when I think I should be able to add that to the article as well. Let's say 100 here and see if that centers. No, because it doesn't pick it up when it's on a different. So this is where I guess the MDX comes in, because if I had imported this as MDX, all of these. No, that would still not be true. Gotta think of some more about this. Yeah, so Fabio is asking a good question. What is the SX? So my understanding so far is that that is a prop I can set on any React component, and then it will add it as kind of like the CSS. So when I did the SX on the box, max with MXP, it uses the theme. So this 4 is like the padding number 4 in the theme. And I guess this is just pixels, but this is like padding number 4. And that is what we are seeing being transformed into this CSS. Because you can't write like MX with regular CS, but that, I mean, that means the borders on the left and right, and then PY is the padding on the top and bottom, I guess. Yes, it's something like these like other style things, but I think I want MY to be 2, because then if I, oh, not there. So if I understand this correctly, refresh now and we make it smaller, then we get like a little bit of margin on the side, which we do. 4. Okay, so I just realized part of the reason why we're not seeing changes every now and then is because I do control save and not command save because of my keyboard issues. So that's why we didn't see the changes earlier. Interesting. I guess we need the padding Y. I mean, we mean a padding X. I'm so tired. So we need a padding on the same axis as our margins so that if it gets too small, we are still seeing, we're not squished all the way up here. So I think we'll do PX2. This is working. But what I'm not liking with this, which I am hoping there's a solution, is why I don't want to have a box and then an article, because if you look, I like nice looking HTML. And if you look at this now, I don't know if you can see this all the way down here, but we now have a div, and inside the div is an article, while I could just put that styling on the article, which is a semantic HTML element, instead of having these like divs surrounding it. But I'm not making that happen yet. So at least we will just, whatever our changes here.
Ow.
I don't really know where these styles are coming from. When did I do that? I didn't do that. Or maybe I did. Well, I'm going to discharge that. I'm going to commit this centered content. And then we're going to read this style UI documentation a little bit more. So getting started with Gatsby. We've done all this. We created the theme. So there's no need to manually, with Gatsby plugin ThemeUI, there's no need to manually use the theme provider component. So let's check that we have that, because we just copied what Paul told us to do the last time. Yes, we do have the Gatsby plugin ThemeUI. Use the SX prop. So that's interesting. Let's check what that is. Color modes and other features, just as you would with any other application. For all information, see the documentation for Gatsby plugin ThemeUI. Next, theming. Theming with the ThemeUI is based on theme specification, including a theme styles object for styling so there it is, the theme styles objects for styling MDX elements and other components. By adhering to a standard theme specification, ThemeUI is designed to be interoperable with as many other libraries as possible. So let's have a look here. Yeah, so we have about, but there we get a nice text. Here we're not getting such a nice text because we're not using one of the elements, I think. So I should probably use that styles to style things that are just regular HTML elements. Okay. Where were we? Theming UI. Beyond these base colors, so we can have a lot of colors. Nice. Color modes. Nice. We're not going to go into that now. Core typographic. You're a non-native speaker reading documentation. Core typographic values can be stored in the following theme keys. So we have fonts. It seems like we have some fonts because we have this bottle placeholder here. Bottle placeholder, which is in a nice font, but this is like in a bad font. It's not a bad font, but it's not the same font. And I think that has to do with us using the button element here, while here I'm just using a regular link. So see if there are some components for us that will fix that. If there's like a text component or something like that, there's a link component. So then we suddenly have to link as Gatsby link. Then we have kind of a styled link. Now it should be using the styled link. Yeah, but the link hasn't gotten any style. I thought it was supposed to be like link variants can be defined in the theme links object. By default, the link component will use styles defined in theme styles A, which makes sense. So I'm having a little bit of a trouble, like grasping the mental model around theme UI. Like I have ideas and then it breaks, and then I have another idea and then it breaks. So I will just have to try and like keep on thinking like how, because this is what I like to do with frameworks. I like to try to understand like how do they want me to do things. And I am now a little confused how they want me to do things. And it seems like maybe it didn't come with as much default as I thought. But somehow this button element is getting styling that I don't know where is set. So board is getting all of these. It's getting the background color is something different. So that's why it's white. So it's getting the background color from this. It's getting the text color is white because it's against that button. And it's getting a font style from somewhere. No, it's not. Oh, I thought it was getting, so this, this is obviously the default font in Chrome, I guess. Yes, so this is, I was thinking ThemeUI was setting some styles for us, but it's not setting any styles for us. It's not setting any styles for us. So my mental model was that there was some kind of like default theme here, but it seems like there is no default theme. We have to set it all. Then it makes more sense to me. So I don't know. I would like to have some kind of theme UI that is more done for me. Because here we have text, so we need to set some things. Theming. So let's see if we can Google it. Pretty theme UI settings. So it's not giving us anything really, which is nice for this app. Well, it's nice for this app because we're just going to have fun. So we will just have to start making some themes then. So with dark mode, we're not doing dark mode. I don't like dark mode. Typography. So we have the colors, and then let's just copy this blindly. And then it seems like we need, sorry, I'm jumping all over. This is how I do it. And then we need this like styles for MDX, which we're not using, but maybe it works anyhow. So people are talking about frameworks now in the chat. Very good conversation. I do have some strong opinions. I think as soon as you learn one of these, it is so. Nick is saying that end up fighting them, and that's why you dislike them. And yes, I can feel you there. Like I also get disappointed by them, but I have decided to opt to just work with them because I've seen in the long run that it helps. It doesn't really help my productivity, but if I'm handing off projects, I want the new devs to be able to go somewhere where there are documentation that is not written by me. So for me, it's more about kind of offloading that documentation work and saying, okay, I'm using Material UI, which is my preferred, or not my preferred, but one I'm used to right now. And then I'll be like, okay, check there. That's where all your components are. You can read the docs on how to use it at their documentation. And that's how I feel about most frameworks. Like they're never perfect, but if I can use them the way they intend to be used, I can then let other developers know that you can go find that solution in the docs. And usually their docs are better than if I made it myself and had to like document all of the edge cases and stuff like that. So that's why I like to work with frameworks and not against them, because I think overall it's a win. But when you're learning a new framework and you know how to do it simply yourself, then it's annoying. And also, Fabio, I've never used Tailwind either. But I have used, as I've mentioned now, I'll just show it to you, Material UI. We might go overtime if people are up for that. The intern is playing and Ula is working and stuff like that. So this is Material UI. And they have like a ton of things with some styling. So you kind of have to like the styling. I mean, you can, of course, override here as well. Let's just look at something. You have radio buttons, for instance. So they look like this. And you can override primary colors and secondary colors and stuff like that. So for POW, the Privacy First Menstrual Cycle journal that I'm making, where I'm not trying to be fancy with the UI, I have decided to use Material UI because I'll just opt for whatever default they have. And that kind of takes the mental burden off of me so I can focus on making the features and not making the design. But for Bottled Happiness, we just want to make something fun. And then it would be maybe fun to like, get a little bit out of bounds and not make something that looks like professional and common. So this is it. So I just copied a lot of things, which seems good. Line height, I like it. Letter spacing, I like it. So if we now go back and we skip this link and we let that be a link. Did I save? Yes. So now this is a regular A. And I think if I'm understanding this correctly, but that might only work if it's inside MDX, but let's try it out. Because if I'm understanding this correctly, I should be able to make styles and then do A, and then font family, this font weight, font family, I want to do body, and font weight, I want to do bold. I think here that I could define like anything here and then use. So this is a very open framework. Now I feel like this should have become bold. But I'm guessing those styles will only happen to MDX nodes. But if we do this link again, it's said on the link component. Where's the link component? Said on the link component, it would get the styles from theme style A. So let's see if it, oh, sorry, I'm all over the place. So yes. So now it got it because I'm saying that it's a link. But what it's confusing to me now is that how do I make it a link? Because how do I say that it should be another component? I don't want it to be I don't want to be a regular link. I want it to be a Gatsby link. And with Material UI, I could just set it to be a different component and it would still get all the styling. So let's keep on reading. Body styles, breakpoints, configuration flags. Use body styles. Ooh, I could maybe do something like this and all of the styles would... No, because I want them to cascade, which is what everybody's trying not to make happen with CSS and JS. So Nick is asking, yeah, I will soon just shut everything out up and just create a style CSS file and just use that. But I'm trying to use this theme UI that Gatsby has kind of made their default. So it's I'm using this project to kind of learn it. And I don't know if I actually like it, but if I'm going to be working more with Gatsby, I should probably kind of be familiar with it. So it's from the base preset. Oh, there's a base preset. I want the base preset. How can I get it? Do I have to copy it? Can I just... Or can I just ask for it? That would have been nice. Okay. Okay. And then we have the SX prop lets you style elements inline using values from your theme. To use the SX prop, add the custom... Ah, this is what we're missing. Pragma comment on the top of our module and import the JSX function. Then we can start styling our own HTML. I like it. Custom Pragma comment that convert the theme aware. This would have been nice if they put in the getting started part of. Because then we have the theme aware. Yes, so let's do that. So I can use proper semantic HTML. And we'll put this on the article. And we can just skip the box. No need in having all these extra things. Well, that's interesting. I'm not using box anymore, am I? Excuse me, am I not using box? Let's do about. There we go. Then I guess I just have to style this myself then. And then we do padding 3. article link SX to, but is this not working since this is a custom Gatsby Gatsby component? No, it's style. No, it is getting the padding. Let's do the M. Sometimes it reloads, sometimes it doesn't. I guess I'll have to give it a display of block to make sense. Yes. Can I just put that in here then? Display block. Okay, cool. So let's do that for index as well. I'm wondering if we could just grab styles A, if that works. I don't know. So we'll do that here as well. I think we have to add this again. And then we need is X. Display block. Oh, and I can probably set like font, family. Let's do that on index. So if we do font, family, body, and then we can do padding, 3, and then display. Right now, I'm not feeling like I'm using the framework in the right way. Now I feel like I'm almost just like writing the CSS myself, but if we do font, family, body. But I guess that's not what I want. I want this component, my article components, to kind of inherit all of those styles, that it would actually work like CSS, that I could do like, yeah. I don't know. Let's keep on reading the docs and we'll see if we figure out some more fun stuff. Oh, so Nick is asking. So the silly site challenge, Gatsby has made a silly site challenge. So the point is, let's have a look at their silly site. The point is to make something silly in December, and the deadline is December 31st. Now we're actually just working on not that important stuff. So this is the silly site challenge. Need a break, learn something new. Yes. So our idea here in Lilly Labs is that we're going to make an app with that's called bottled happiness, where we will bottle up children laughing, so that everyone can get some happiness in their life, and I can listen to it when Lillian is 16 and don't want to talk to me anymore. So that's our idea. So but I'm spending way too much time on figuring out how to style a simple about page. But this bottle here, placeholder, will be replaced with one of the bottles that Lillian has drawn. So she's made some regular bottles, but what she first drew, because she's much more creative than her mother, she drew this is a heart bottle, And there's even let's see. There's also this dolphin bottle that I quite like. So I think next Sunday I will be scanning these and actually starting on the bottles. That's the third Sunday, and then there's only one more Sunday left. So I'm only supposed to go until noon, but I think I'll go longer because I don't like it when I don't understand things. So I want to understand this theme UI, even though it's not really what we're doing, is it? That is such a nice game. Or nice thing to do. Yeah, I like to try to get her involved a little bit so that she knows what mommy and daddy is doing when they work. We're not just like looking at the screen. We're actually making things. It's important for me that she knows that we are making and not consuming. I really try not to all, there's a limit. There's some things I don't try to understand, but I am pretty good at CSS. I'm pretty good with components. I should understand this theme UI, so I'm gonna keep on going and just reading the docs. So I'm not allowed to work on this outside of these streams, so you can just hang out with me while I read these docs and try to get familiar with it. Okay, theme-aware properties. Yeah, so they will use all of the blah, blah, blah. Responsive values, yes. Skipping breakpoints, margins and padding. Child selectors, yes, this is what we're looking for. So it's using emotions under the hood. That's interesting to know. Yep. So here I should be able then to just take my theme styles and just like apply them underneath here. But this is what we were looking for. Oh, and we can also use a CSS prop with some raw, to just use some raw CSS. Always interesting to know. So because MDX uses its own custom pragma and create element functions, the ThemeUI pragma will not work in MDX files. You can use any of the ThemeUI components which supports the SX prop in an MDX file as a workaround. Okay, I did not completely understand that, but so the theme styles object is the primary way to style content in MDX documents. This allows you to add typographic styles to Markdown without the need to pollute the global scope. Styles within this object have access to other values in the theme document. So I would kind of like to, in some way, just grab this styles and then add it to a component around my article so that I can still use MD. So I should have probably at this point just convert to MDX, but I want to stay with the MD just to kind of make sure if it's possible. Have a good day with your family and celebrate the second day of Advent, Nick. Or second Sunday of Advent. So now I'm going to try something. Can I grab the whole theme? So let's try something. Yes, we do have an H1 here, font size, which is huge. So we have copied this and just added to the SX here. It was saying that this would style a child element. So let's add about bottle happiness should be an H1. It looks like it's working. So that means we got this H1. We put it on the article kind of as a child of the object here. And it's working like we intended. It got the primary color, it got the font size 32, good stuff. But I don't want to do this inside of here. I want to do that inside of the theme UI. I want to do it here. So could I in some way grab this styles object and add it to the article? So now I'm wondering if I can just grab the whole theme. No, but I can use theme UI. Let's see. Const. Use theme UI. Theme equals use theme UI. I have no idea if this does what I think it does, but who read docs anyway? No, just kidding. You should all read the documents, children. So what I want to do is I want to do theme styles. And it should just grab all of the styles for me. I have no idea. This is YOLO. We are YOLOing. YOLO code, YOLO code. At least we got kind of, if we remove that. Oh no, that's because we got it from here. So it did not seem, so now we're back to square one. Theme styles. And we'll try to spread that so we get all those styles. That does not look like it's working. Let's check out use theme UI. Oh, so we need to, it returns more than just the theme. So okay, again, having troubles with the frickin'. If I don't look at it, it works. But if I look at it, I can't make it work. Okay. Oh my God, it works. Yes. Woohoo! So that's a way where that's a way to make this, apply all of the styles to components, so all the children's are styled. Yes. I don't know if you're with me on this, but I am super excited. Woohoo! Yep. No need to use MDX. No use need to use MDX. So let's go back here then and add some more styles. So for our P, we'll do font size. I guess I have to see what kind of font sizes we made here. Let's do 20 then. And font. Good. And then I think we should do iframes. No, we shouldn't do that one. Yeah, we'll do iframes. Iframe, I mean. And then images. These are things I don't like to have to like add. That should come with a framework, but let's just do that. I don't know why this is so big. Max width 100%. Okay, so I'm going to just set them to 100% instead. Okay, good. I don't have any images. So since we are just making a play project, I don't think I should be styling more than I need to. So we'll just add styles as we go along. So we don't need any monospace at the moment. I kind of want to make Comic Sans just to make it fun. And I don't think we need these small sizes. Let's just use 16. Then or could I don't understand. Font size is 20. Why do I have to add the font sizes here? I guess then I could like reference them as 1, 2, 3 or something like that. So I don't understand this. I'm not using it any yet. Right, because I'm still getting 20 because it's 20 pixels. Body weight, heading, bold. Line heights are good. Letter spacing. So I don't think I need to set all of these because I only kind of need it in here. So I'm thinking there's no need in making things reusable before I have to. So I don't think I'll use line heights that much. So I'm just going to skip these. But these are nice to have. It's the body, heading, and then just regular bold. And the same with letter spacing. We'll just do more like one-off styles in this project. But I'll do, yeah, so I don't think we'll need all of this. But it's nice to have like the fonts at least. So we can reuse those. And also the colors are nice to have like that. Cool. I think we were doing 700. Okay. So let's add Comic Sans, which is my new favorite, to as the heading, Code Sandbox. I think I have some celebratory Code Sandboxes. Celebrate. So I've started making these for people when they have something to celebrate, because I made one for myself, and a little bit of confetti and fun is always good. And as I said, I never remember how we should write these, so we need this one. Now we should have some. Yep. About bottle happiness. So now I just need to write something. For the GatsbyJS Silly Site Challenge. It's work in progress. But the idea is to bottle up kids' laughter, to spread some happiness. At the end of 2020. And then I will make that a link so that people can read about the challenge themselves. And then this is the Twitter status, I guess, that started it all. let's skip that, but we can do, it is possible. Hi. We follow the work. We are Lilly Labs, family, business. Gonna tick that. Ray. And see their developer. Ula. Post there. Our, because it's not, I'm not our mother, as dad and junior developer. Work as independent. Always have to add a little plug for yourself, right? People see I'm losing people because it's noon. We're supposed to quit now, but I will keep on doing some work that are mostly kind of like maintenance stuff. And then we'll do audio and animation, I guess, next week, which is more of the fun stuff. But if you want to hang on with me, I am still here. We work as independent contractors and indie hackers. Our current focus is how all of Benedicta's work, that would be me, work will be done on stream. Charge audio will work off screen. Lillian, who is in charge, as well as Lillian, who is in charge, well as Lillian. So Willa wants to be our junior developer evangelist, if I'm correct. Evangelist. You have your own company. You choose yourself who you want to be. Audio work off screen, as well as Lillian, who Ula is in charge of audio, will work off screen, and so will Lillian as well, who is in charge of illustrations. I have no idea if this is, well written copy, but then I usually go to Grammarly. And I paste it in there. I really, really want the Grammarly integration with Grammarly integration with code. Who's in charge? Oh, they'll work off screen as well. Lillian. No. Who's done work on? Who is in charge? So that is good enough copy for today. Let's see how that work looks. I'll grab some of these links. And today's stream. Somebody is talking to me somewhere. No. Okay, let's see how that looks now. So we are not getting good H2s and we're not getting good URLs. So let's work on that. You see me? So we will soon be doing more fun stuff. We are going to deploy this to Netlify and hook up the domain I have bought. That will be a ton of fun. Maybe not a ton of fun, but it will be fun. For me, at least. What are we doing here? Margin bottom. We don't need that large of margins. So let's create some smaller margins. Margins Y, I guess. 1. And then I think ULs should be the same. Yeah, that looks not good. Seems like something is stuck because it is. React is never used, isn't that? Oh, so I don't have to define React when I use the @JX thing, I guess. Yes, I do. Okay, let's skip that then. Oh, welcome to new people. We are working on Bottled Happiness, which is our silly site challenge entry. And now everything is just messed up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that looks better. I want the line height to be better. And then I will stop working on the about page, which is, it's not really what we're making, is it? Okay, this is looking good enough for me. I'm just gonna do a little tiny family web shop, I guess. Well, I can go in and work on that. React doesn't react. Let's say browser. Yeah. I don't know what is happening, but we now have an about page, which is working. The only thing I want is to make this a little bit better, and then we're good to go. And maybe we should have a link here on Benedicta. I think I have like a Twitter URL. Does that work? Yes. I made these snippets so that I don't have to write it out every time. I don't know. I guess it's the same. I just have to double check that I have Ula's. There. Yes, that was correct. And then maybe we want to do the links in a color. We have just stuck with the color that Paul gave us last week. So let's just keep on working with that. Color primary. Ooh, maybe it should be purple, but I don't care. And I want a little bit more of a space here. And could this get bolder? I'm spending all my time on nonsense because this is a funny pace project. I don't have to be vigilant with my time. Is there anything bolder? Can I do bolder? 900. It's about the boldest as we get. So let's do that. Okay, and then I'm gonna stop, I promise. Am I the only one who cannot leave styling alone? It doesn't seem like it's loading though. It says margin bottom 16, which is, not what is happening. So we need to like refresh. There we have it. Okay. See around. And then with an on stream. Streams are every Sunday at 10, 12 GMT +1. So we are far past 12, but we're just going to keep on going because we need to get some maintenance stuff or like boring stuff done so that we can have more fun next weekend. And then on stream should probably be a link to my YouTube. Yep. And we'll call that a wrap. Then we want some spacing at the bottom. So let's add that to my4 6. And then mark top 3. Let's do what we had, mx6. What am I doing? My. And then we need style this as a link. Back to the bottles of happiness. And if it's a single link, we still want it to be the same as this. So I want font size. I'm just going to copy paste this. I don't think this is how this framework is intended to be used, but this is how I'm using it. This is more of a button style. Maybe we should make it a button. Let's make it a button. Button, button. We don't want to do this. Cool. I think I'm gonna just add it into the art. No, it's not part of the article. It's part of main. Be vigilant with your semantic HTML, kids. So main, and the button, we don't want the button to be MX. Any of this. I don't want this even. Now it's not a button. Like, how can I get this to be another component? This is what I don't understand with styled components. Button with Gatsby link. Gatsby link and theme UI. Why is it so hard? There we have it. Add an active style to get for blah, 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 link. Don't understand how to So I can't turn it into something else. This is just annoying. Well, okay, let's make it a link again, a regular link. And then okay. And then I want that to be underlined, so font decoration none. It's a text decoration, I guess. Whoever is in the chat now, say hi. I'm so happy that you're still with me. And I'm just gonna stop working on this silly about page. I promise. Working good enough. So back to here, and we have about. And I want even more. Whoa. Okay, back to bottles of happiness. Great. This, I'm not allowed to work anymore on this. About page done. What are my errors? Button is defined. Okay, let's skip that then. Practice defined, but never used. I think that came after I added the JSX thing here, but when I removed React, it didn't want to work. So let's see if it works, if our styling works without it. No, because then it can't add that. So we will just have to have that lint error there. And we'll amend, commit, stage amend. Hit push. Fabio! Hola! I think Roy is still here too. I don't know, should I like stop the stream and start a new stream for when we go into more fun audio stuff, or should I just keep on going? So now we need to approve this and we need to merge it. And then we need to hook up Netlify to our domain. It is building. I'm just going to log into Netlify here, where in case. No, I have it. So we have that. And then I'm going to log into our domain registrar off screen. So don't shame me, people, but I have 68 domains. Let's see if we can hook it up. So bottled happiness should be here. Site settings, domain management, add custom domain, add derp command. Then I just copy paste. Okay, I don't want them to do it. I want me to do it. Add custom domain. Custom domain. We can bring, okay, learn more in the docs. I've done this like a ton of times. I thought I could just like do it. I thought I just usually just click that button. Oh, I think I didn't read the. You can still add up to Netlify site if you have the own domain. Yes, I had the own domain. And then we need to check the DNS configs. So point an A name or an alias record to this. So we go over here. We go on advanced. This is all in Norwegian, but well, it says keep on going. I will keep on going. If somebody could just do maybe Ulla retweet and say that in a couple of minutes we will start working on your pull requests, which means we will be working on the use sound, working with the use sound hook. If you retweet this correct stream and say that, that would be cool. So we need a name. Now I'm going to read this actually, so I do it correctly. Need an a name or alias. I don't think mine does alias. So we need to do this. And the funny thing with this UI is that you have to add a little plus to save so that there's like a new one that pops up. And then we need to point the use DNS provider that supports a name or alias and alias bottle app to blah blah blah. Create an A record. You won't benefit from full events, just CDN if you use an A record. So let's not use an A record. And this often takes some time. So we will just leave it be. So added an A name. All we need now is to wait. Okay, and then we need to do the www. Then we need to do a CNAME. I knew there was two settings. So funny when you do this. So I've done this so many times. When you're going to do it on stream, you're like, what do I actually do again? CNAME. Oh, sorry. We need to do www. World Wide Web. Close. So that will probably take some more time. Yeah. So let's see what happens if we do bottled happiness now. Yes, we need to wait until it's done, and then we need to add HTTPS. So we need to just wait for this one to work out. So the status isn't completely done there yet, so we're just going to wait. And also remember to add HTTPS if Netlify doesn't do it for us. do it for you, for us. Add or support. Okay, now it's all been built. Let's see if our about page is working. Oh, usually I just, oh, this is where I want to go. About. Yay! What a beautiful page. Okay. I can promise you that I will work on this off stream, even though I'm not allowed to, because, you know, the alignment is not right. Well, anyway. Okay. Will has done some retweets so we can see if we get some more people in there to look at the actual app we're making. So let's squash merge this. It's good enough. We don't need to do that. Great. I forgot to say that it solves this, so we'll close it on our own. I think I can link the pull request. Okay. And then we'll close the issue. Good times. And I got another blog ID there because when I help people, at least with other tools that are not that familiar with setting up domains, they often get tripped up when services like Netlify did now, where it said like, well, we can't help you with this domain. Are you sure you want to add it? Because you can't buy it through us. And people, and I even saw that now, and I was like, oh, this is the wrong place. I know there's somewhere I can go to add domains that I own. But it tripped me up. And I see that with people who kind of, they want to do Squarespace sites and they have a .no domain, the Norwegian domain, and they think that they can't use that domain with Squarespace because Squarespace really wants you to buy the domain through them. And it seems like Netlify has done some of the same. So instead of saying, yes, I own this domain and I want to use it, it said just continue and had like an error message feel. So I think I want to do a blog post on that as well. So we're just going to keep on adding here to our blog post. I'm just going to make another comment for that. I custom domain. Confusing. Using a domain you already own. So I think this notification is probably Ola's pull request. So, yep. Okay. So Ola has made play sound when bottle is clicked. He has imported it from somewhere and he is playing it when, I don't know exactly when. So Ola, you're in the comments. When you tried this out, did it actually play the sound? I think I need some food soon too. But let's have a look at Ola's pull request so he can keep on working on this during the week. I'm just going to check Twitter again. Yes. Pull request. I'm going to retweet again. I can show you what I'm doing so that we're all on the same page. I am still going. A lot of boring theme UI stuff. Now ready to get into the meat. Playing audio. Oh, sorry. Well, it says click to play. So let's test it out on the. So at this point, I declare browser tab bankruptcy. Let's see if it started to. Oh. It is working on our SSL certificates. Woohoo! By the end of the stream, hopefully it's all live on bottledhappiness.app. Okay, bankruptcy done. Check it out. So Ola has created, he's added a sound that is not laughter because we haven't been able to record the kids laughing yet. They laugh all the time, but as soon as you grab that recorder, you don't really know, like, should we be listening on all of the things that they're saying? Anyway, let's have a look at the thing. So I have to figure out if there are any. I am not hearing a sound. So let's see if we get any errors. Yes, so the audio context was not allowed to start. It must be resumed or created after a user gets gesture on the page. So we have to figure that out. I have had an issue with this before because many years ago I made an audio guide. So this is an audio guide with audio from Oslo. So you could go here and you click. And you probably are not hearing what it's saying right now, but so you play, and I learned then that you cannot automatically play audio. At least on mobile, you're not allowed to automatically play audio. There has to be an interaction first, and it looks like Chrome is doing the same. Like all of the audio stuff that happens needs to happen after the user does something. And you can, the funny thing about this is that you can like fake it. So I could have on this project, I mean, if you click this, even though you're not asking anything to be played, you can then like ready up and automatically play your audio. It just needs to be some kind of gesture or interaction that has happened for it to play. And I must say, looking at this project, like at the time, I was like, it looks okay. But this is what happens to me often is that I make a project and I'm so into it. I see kind of like all of the problems with it. But now when I see it, I guess this is 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I'm not exactly sure about the tech stack on this. I think maybe it's a Jekyll Angular site. So I used Jekyll to get the Jamstack approach where I statically generated it. And then Angular took over for the JS part. I think that's what this stack is. But anyway, it's been on Netlify since I think Netlify was just a tiny little company. But now when I look at it now, wow, this looks good, actually. I'm really proud of myself. Anyway, let's not just talk about how awesome I am. Let's look at what Ola has been doing. So I am guessing that when done locally, maybe Ola didn't get these errors, but now that it's hosted somewhere, we are getting these errors. So I'm going to download this and have a look at his code I'm going to download his pull request and have a look at his code and see if we can just like shuffle things around a little bit, and maybe it will work then. So I am again reminded about this. I have this blog IDs. So audio has some limitation. It's now playing. So we got this warning that it was not allowed to start. It must be resumed or created after you use the gesture on the page, but then it looks like it did it anyway. This is interesting. But at least I know that this is the case for mobile. You have to do an action, but I did an action. I clicked the bottle, and then we got this error. So maybe it gave us the warning. So it's only a warning, I guess. And then it's ended up starting to play anyhow. Interesting. So are you, did you hear it? Is the audio from my computer coming through on the stream? Let me know. Ola is coming down. So, but anyway, this is a good blog post idea because audio does have some limitations, especially on mobile. That's what I remember from this audio guide that I was showing you. We at one point we wanted the audio to auto start, that you didn't have to click for every, and it has to happen for like every new audio. So what we did then was that we created a long track with all the audio bits, and then when you started one, we just kind of seeked to that place in the audio. And then when we wanted to automatically start the next one, it was the same audio track. So we didn't need a new gesture for it to be played. And I remember researching this a lot years ago, and I never wrote anything about it. So I'm going to put that on my blog post IDs list. What I think happened in Ola's case was that it was just a warning, and then it actually played, but the audio file is probably quite large, so it took a while for it to load, and that's why it took a while for us to actually listen to it. But I'm gonna do a proper pull request review, and then give him some feedback so he can work on this during the week. So check out master. I think I'm getting quite full in my head. I don't know if you can say that, but okay, so look at the code. Let's look at the code. It's on the index page. So the sounds are here. He's importing the sound. And then on click, we do play and use sound. So this seems really, so this is the use sound library. We are gonna have a look at that. So I don't know if you're still doing audio, Fabio, but I think this is a super good one if you don't really want to learn how to do it all yourself, though. So it's React hooks for sound effects. So I think Ulla just followed this, and it seems like, oh, Ulla got me some food.
Så fint hus! Supert! Nei, nå skal jeg lage et brødskive til deg.
And it looks like you just import the sound, and then you can use it, then you can play it. So that's cool. And it obviously seems like it was working, but let's do it again in the But this is just like laughably good. Not laughably. I get just it's you just do you sound and you play it. It's good job to the person who made it. Oh, I haven't done yarn install. So it's made by this guy, Josh. He also has an amazing, he previously worked at Gatsby, and he has an amazing homepage. This is just like, this is where I want to go with my personal site when, well, I don't want to copy this, but like the whimsy, it's like professional, but whimsical. I love it. Like these little transitions, we'll probably have a look at these when we get to the animation part. I mean, look at these. How cute are they? He is a legend. And his looks like his use sound is working really well. Okay, so let's get back to okay, so let's try and play again. I don't know if it's playing. Oh, it is playing. So I think the problem with the last time was just that it's quiet in the beginning. I'm gonna see if we can find another fun. Effects free. Let's download something and then see if we can.
Du kan putte den her, ikke sant? Og så putter den der. Den ganske solid. Hvis du putter den der. Kan jeg gjøre det?
So there's already sounds that there are people who have who already have laughters out there. Okay, so let's download this one if we're allowed. Oh, I don't want to make an account. Let's see if we can just steal it while we just having fun here. No, I don't think so. Okay, let's not. Let's have some proper audio for next time. But yeah, so I thought we were going to be doing a lot of code review, but it looks good. Import the sound. Play it. Play. Use sound.
Det er fortsatt litt mykt her.
Super good.
Men det går bra.
So what Ola needs to do now is that when you click on the bottle, you should hear the sound, and then when you
Sånn som går an.
when you click it again, it's paused. Or maybe what I would like is, as long as you keep your mouse down, it plays, and then when you release the mouse, it stops. So we're gonna write that for Ola, but maybe we can see if we can give him some hints. Here. So he has a play on hover. So he also says this, like, many browsers disable sounds until the user has clicked somewhere on the page. And if you're not hearing anything with this example, try clicking anywhere and trying again. So it looks like Howler, the framework he's using below use sound, does that thing I was talking about for us. So if you click anywhere, it kind of prepares all the audio files for you so that they can be played in any way. So that's nice. Howler, I don't think was available when I made the audio guide. So maybe I should just make the audio guide over again. But so he has, there's a play, and then you can also get a stop. So on mouse enter play, on mouse leave stop. I think we don't want it on hover. We want it on mouse down play, and then on mouse leave. So I can ask Ola to look at this playing on hover, but then do it on mouse down and on mouse up. Isn't that what they're called? Mouse down. Yes. On mouse up. So let's write that for Ola. And then let's leave this stream alone. And next week, we'll be doing animations, hopefully. We'll scan Lillian's bottles, and we'll start putting it all together. Looks great. And we want a little emoji, fanfare, confetti, party. Keep playing as long as people keep clicking and then stopping when they stop clicking. This will be very similar to the hover example. Hover example here. But you will need to use that on mouse down and on mouse up events instead of enter leave. I think that's it. That was a long stream. Thank you for the people who's been hanging out with me for almost, oh, let's see if our domain is working. That would be a fun end to this stream. And remember, we actually have 3 more Sundays, and I think the next Sundays will be a little bit more fun. Ula's here. Let's make ourselves bigger. Oh. So what was your experience with the use sound library? How did it feel?
Good.
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 Is it some of the simplest framework you've been using, or easier to understand?
Yes.
Yes. Josh isn't it Josh? Josh has done a really good job.
Josh.
Josh.
Yeah, I put Josh in the tweet.
I saw it. He liked it.
He
See.
liked my tweet.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Ula is becoming Twitter famous.
High five.
I mean, but it really, I've spent, I guess, 1.5 streams trying to style the freaking site with ThemeUI, and Ula manages to play a sound in, how long did it take? How long did it take you to do this? Do the sound?
To do the sound?
Yeah.
Take away Twitter.
Oh.
So I spent 1 hour doing the thing.
Yeah.
But I had to restart my project 3 times for different reasons.
Git reasons and terminal reasons and all of those kind of fun things.
Yes, and then I tried to make the pull request work and everything. So, but I don't know how much time I actually used on the sound thing.
Yeah, but that's
5 minutes maybe.
Yeah. You know, that is a framework. That's a good framework when you can just jump in, copy the example, and it works in like 5 minutes. That's pretty awesome. So we'll see. I decided to learn ThemeUI during this process. Kind of, am I regretting it? I don't know. It's always fun to learn something new, though. But I don't know how fun it has been watching me struggle with ThemeUI. But let's check and see if our I'm looking at myself now. Let's have a look at bottled happiness. Yes. No, not really. You don't have to. Oh, it's live. Whoop 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 whoop.
Yeah, off camera. I said. Yeah, tryck då.
Bottled happiness. No, I haven't merged a pull request because it needs some work. But
I see.
I don't know why we're getting these things now. Okay, I'm not gonna do any more styling. Again, but we're live with the bottle. Well, I will fix this styling because I can't go live and then there's this stupid styling issue. I'm gonna fix that because it's gonna be a quick fix, right? And then we're gonna tweet that we're live and the about page is live. So I'm gonna fix this little thing here.
Let's do it live.
Oh, and I've forgotten to put the GitHub repo on here. So let's do that. I can't believe you guys are still here. Oh, so did anybody learn anything today? Or have you just been having me on as radio? Let's see. I'm also going to see. Also find a better example sound. Merge. So let's go back here. Let's just YOLO on master.
Lillian, har vi laget neste brødskive? Det må du begynne å tenke på. Jeg skal ikke lage noe, for nå skal jeg spise, men du må tenke på hva du skal ha på neste. Så at du snart vet det.
Hello, the project. The work is done and in the open. Check out the GitHub repo. Okay. And I want there to be a padding y of 2. Okay, now nothing is working. That's what I get for being all, I'm just going to do a quick fix before we end. Ugh. And I don't know why this is suddenly giving me all kinds of, okay. Okay, so I need this to be a little bit further down. That would be PY, I think. Yep, even more. And then the article maybe 4. No, let's do 5. That's good. But then I am not understanding why this is suddenly overflowing. Oh, because it's added something onto body. Can I do something about that? No. So how do I add styles onto the body with ThemeUI? Okay. Okay, we are back here. Okay, so add styles defined in the theme styles root to the body element. So let's add a root and see if it's added or if I have to add it. Can't let it go, can I? Let it go. So how do they add this flag?
Ow.
The theme object can also include configuration options for ThemeUI. So yes, let's use body styles. True. Root margin. Oh, I think styles. Did it say styles root? Styles root. Yep, now it's working. So also let's do all of this on the root. So So all text get this. Because then I probably don't have to style this so much. I'll do style. Maybe this will all feel more comfortable when I've used it a little. As with everything, when you get more comfortable with it, it's easier. So then I don't have to do this all over the place. Font size. And then let's add that to the, this was good. I like the cascading of CSS. I might be weird, but I actually do like this cascading. So then we only have to do it when something is different. Now this makes more sense to me. We don't need to add color primary. Okay. X. And we have to wait until it builds, and then we can tweet, let people know it's. Usually I get Netlify if I do this and not Netflix, but I've obviously been Netflixing yesterday. It's building. So let's see when that audio guide is from. So it was last published 2 years ago. Let's see when it was first published. So it was first published in 2006. That's 4 years ago. That would be a good retrospective to look at how I did it then and how I will do it now. How I would have done it now. So bottled happiness. Yep, we are good to go. I have no idea how this looks on mobile though, but let's see. And I will not fix it now because it's okay enough. A little bad margin, but other than that, we're fine. Okay. Yep, that's it. Thank you for joining me in this. Next week on Sunday, we are going to scan the images that Lillian has created, and we're going to vectorize them, and we're going to upload them instead of the bottle placeholder. And hopefully Ulla has managed to do a little bit more on the audio side. And let's, put it all together. So that's it for today. Bye-bye. Thank you for sticking with me. And I'll see you in the next one.